Hello children, today we are going to learn about our earth and our solar system, that is lesson number 1 of standard 5, okay, of science subject. Now our earth and our solar system. What is our earth and what is our solar system? Who will tell me? So, our earth means where we live, that is our earth, and solar system. Now at night if you will just see up, what you see in the sky? There is star, there is moon, okay, there is stars, moon, some stars are twinkling and some we can see easily and some stars we cannot see them, okay, and some are very light and faint, okay, which when we look up from an open ground, we see that the sky, in the clear night sky, we can see many stars. There are many stars in the sky, there is moon in the sky, okay. In a clear night we see many stars, there are very far away from the earth, they are very far away from the earth, okay. Now some stars are prominent. Prominent means we can see them easily, and some are very tiny, some are very faint, which we cannot see properly. If we look at them carefully, we find that many of them twinkle, but some do not. Many of the stars, they twinkle, we can see them, but some is very small, which we cannot see properly. Some twinkle and some does not, okay. Now, the sun and the moon are comparatively close to the earth. Sun and the moon are comparatively close to the earth. So, we can see their round shapes clearly. The sun and the moon, the shapes are round, which we can see clearly. So, the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets, etc. are all known as heavenly bodies. Now, what is there? What is heavenly bodies? The sun, the moon, the stars and the planet, they are known as heavenly body. Now, observe the sky on two clear nights, keeping a gap of about a week between them. Base your observation on the following points, okay. You have to observe the sky at night. You have to keep 1 week's gap. Now today you are observing, just see what is there in the sky, what is the shape of the moon. Then after 1 week you can again observe. Again, for example, you are observing it on the Sunday, again next Sunday you observe what is there in the sky, again observe what is the size of the moon, how the shape of the moon is changing, then some stars are twinkling, see the different shapes of the moon, okay. The brightness of the heavenly bodies, the brightness of the heavenly bodies. There are 4 points which you have to observe in the sky, okay. The first point is the brightness of heavenly body. I will write here some important points what you have to observe. Now see, you have to observe this 4 points. Okay, the first point is the brightness of the heavenly bodies, then whether they twinkle or no, they are twinkling or no, that you have to observe. Then the brightness of the heavenly body, the color and size, the size of the moon is changing, you have to see the color, the size of the moon, then changes in their position. The position they are changing. So, what position they are changing, everything you have to write and you have to observe. Okay. Now, on both nights, draw a picture of the illuminated portion of the moon and note how it changes from day to day. Now, for example, the shape of the moon, when you are looking at in the sky, it is like this. Okay. Then after few days, after 1 week, it will change. See now. It will see like this. Then sometimes it will be like this. Like this, the shapes will change. So, when you will observe, you have to draw the picture and see, in this week the shape is like this, the next week the shape is like this, like that you have to observe. Okay. Now, we will study about the stars. Now, the heavenly bodies that twinkle are called stars. The heavenly body that twinkle is known as stars. Okay. Stars have their own light. Stars are having their own light, and the sun is a star. Sun is also a star. It is closest to us than any of the other stars, hence it appears big and brilliant. Big and brilliant means it is very bright. Sun is a star, hence it is big and it is very bright. In the bright light during the day, we cannot see other stars. It is very bright. Okay. Now, planets. The heavenly bodies that do not twinkle are called planet. What is planet? The heavenly body that do not twinkle. They are known as planets. Planets do have their light of their own. Okay, planets have their own light. They get light from the stars. Planet revolve around the stars. The planet revolves around the stars. Even as they rotate around themselves, they are revolving around themselves also. And now see, they are revolving around themselves also, and they are revolving around the sun also, like this. Okay. Even as they rotate around themselves. The solar system. Our earth is a planet. What is earth? Earth is also a planet. It gets light from the sun. From where do we get light? We get light from the sun. Okay. And it moves around the sun. Our earth is also moving around the sun. Its movement around the sun is called the revolution of the earth. It is revolving around the movement around the sun is called the revolution of the earth. Besides earth, there are 7 other planets that revolve around the sun. Besides earth, there are more 7 planets which revolve around the sun. Now, what are they? They are Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. These are the 7 planets which also revolve around the sun. Okay. Every planet in a solar system revolves around the sun along with a specific path, means it is revolving around itself plus it is revolving around the sun, and in the same path, means they are not going here there, they are going in the same path. This path is known as that planet's orbit. This is known as the planet's orbit. The sun, which is a star, and the planets that revolve around it are together called solar system. What is solar system? The path is known as that planet's orbit, the Sun, which is a star, and the planets that revolve around it are together called solar system. Besides the planet, the solar system also include various other heavenly bodies. Okay? Other heavenly bodies in the solar system. What are the other heavenly bodies? First is satellite, then dwarf planet, asteroid. Now, some heavenly bodies revolve around the planet. They are called satellites. There are some heavenly body which revolve around the planet. They are known as satellites. Satellites too get their light from the sun. These satellites also get light from the sun. We see the moon at night. It revolves around the earth. We see the moon at night. When it is night, we can see the moon. Okay? And it is called a satellite of the earth. Hence, it is called the satellite of the earth. Most of the planets in the solar system have satellites. The planet revolve around the sun along with their satellite. Now, what is dwarf planet? There are some smaller heavenly bodies that revolve around the sun. They are called as dwarf planet. There are some small heavenly body which revolve, that is known as dwarf planet. Of these, the most well known is Pluto. The most well known planet in this is Pluto. Dwarf planet revolve independently around the sun. They have an orbit of their own. This dwarf planet, they are having of their own orbit. Now, what are the asteroids? Between the planets Mars and Jupiter, there is a band of numerous small heavenly bodies. They are called asteroids. Asteroids also revolve around the sun. Now, what is asteroids? I will show you. This is the sun. Okay. Now, this is sun. Now, around it here is Mercury. Okay, and here is Venus. Here is Earth. Okay, and here is Mars. And here there is asteroids. All these are asteroids. Okay. Now, what are the planets? Here is first you will see Jupiter. Then Saturn. Here is Uranus. Here is Neptune. Okay. You can see this picture in your textbook, or you can find out some information from net also. These pictures you will find on the net. Okay. These are the diagram of our solar system. What is this? Our solar system. Okay. Now, compared to the sun, other heavenly bodies in the solar system are much smaller. The moon is closest to the earth. That is why it appears to be a big, although it is actually very much smaller than the sun. The diagram of the solar system is given below. In it, you see the sun in the center, the heavenly bodies that revolve around it and their orbits. The planets, satellite, dwarf planet and asteroids are all part of the solar system. All are the parts of the solar system. Okay. Now, what is gravity? All heavenly bodies exert a force of attraction or pull on one another. This force is called the force of gravity. Now, for example, you are throwing something up. For example, you are throwing a ball. Okay, it goes up and again it comes down. How? Because of the force of gravity. Okay, anything, any heavy cheese you throw up, it will come down again. Okay, this shows that because of the gravity, the things are coming down again. The sun excretes the gravitational pull on all planets, whereas the tendency of the planet is to move away from the sun. As a result of these two forces, the planet keeps revolving around the sun at a fixed distance. In the fixed orbit, in the same way, satellites revolve around their planets. Okay. Now, in which direction do these things fall? Leaves, fruits, flowers from the tree, they fall down. If you will see the apple or any fruit on the tree, they also falls down. It does not go up, right? It falls down only. Why? Because of the gravitational force. Now, leaves also, if the dry leaves are there, where they will fall down on the ground. Flowers, fruit, everything will fall on the ground. Why? Because of the gravitational force. Rocks that comes loose from the hillside. Now, there are big hills, from that also the big rocks, they come down. Why? Because of the gravitational force, that rocks also falls down on the ground. Rain falling from the sky. Rain is also falling. Okay, that is also because of the gravitation, the rain is also falling on the ground. Now, due to Earth's gravity, all things on the earth remain on it. Even if we throw something upwards with a great force, it finally falls down to the ground. If with a great force also, if you are throwing ball up in the sky, again it will come and it will come on the ground only. Why? Because of the gravitational force. Now, a new word, that is space. What is space? The emptiness between and beyond the stars and planets are called space or the outer space. Okay. Now, I will write this sentence for you. Just see this image on the internet, you will get this sun, gravity and all the asteroids. See, the emptiness between and beyond the stars and planet is called the space or outer space. This is the new word which you have learned. Okay. Now, people have always been curious about the heavenly bodies in the sky. They have always wanted to reach them. However, to send some object from the earth into space, it must be given power. Okay. Now, India's space mission, that is Chandrayaan. Okay. On 22nd October 2008, the Indian Space Research Organization, that is ISRO, launched a spacecraft to the moon. The mission is known as Chandrayaan-1. Mangalyaan is another important Indian space mission. It is known as MOM or Mars Orbit Mission. It was launched on 5th November 2013. It get established in an orbit around the planet Mars. On 24th September 2014, ISRO achieved his feat in its first attempt. Both this mission are unmanned, that is, there were no people on board. This spacecraft, the object of the mission is a deeper study of the moon and Mars. You can see in your textbook also the photograph of Mangalyaan, then Chandrayaan, all these images you will get in your textbook also. Against the force of gravity, rocket technology or space launch technology is used for the purpose. Now, for example, we will take a Diwali rocket. Now, if you want to send a rocket, or for example, you take a Diwali rocket, okay, you just on the Diwali firecracker is called a rocket. It is packed with explosive substances. There are some explosive substances, with that it goes up. The explosive burn rapidly and produce a lot of energy. The design of the rocket is such that the firecracker is pushed in a certain direction at a great speed. Space launch using a rocket. Now, in the space also, what they all do, how our rocket, Diwali rocket, how now all this thing is there, explosive thing is there. So, if we will burn with that force, it goes up, like that also in space. Now, they want to launch a rocket. So, how they will do, they also some explosive thing there will be there. A very powerful rocket are used to send in space, into space. A tremendous quality of fuel is burned in rocket, so that spacecraft weighing thousands of tons can be launched into space. In a 20th century, a few countries of the world developed space technology and sent hundreds of spacecraft into space. Our country is well known for the development of its space launch technology. Some spacecraft remain in space, some spacecraft remain in the space only, and some are brought back to earth while some on land. Some has been brought back down to the earth and the other planets or satellites. In some missions, scientists also traveled in the spacecraft. They are called astronauts. Okay. The Indian astronaut, that is Rakesh Sharma, became the first Indian astronaut to go into the space in 1984. He spent 8 days on the space station for a joint mission of ISRO and the Soviet Intercosmos. Seeing India from space, he said that it looks like Sare Jahan se Acha. When he saw from space, he is saying that our Earth is looking like Sare Jahan se Acha. Okay. Now find out about some scientists. This is the homework. Find out more information about Kalpana Chawla and Sunita Williams, astronauts of Indian organ. Okay.